Welcome to Speakeasy English Podcast, where English becomes simple.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Speakeasy English Podcast. Today, we are going to learn about three of the most common and most confusing prepositions in English. On. And at all of you are learning English, I am sure you have asked yourself questions like, do we say in Monday or on Monday? Is it at the morning or in the morning? Do I live in the street or on the street? Don't worry, you are not alone. Many English learners, even at higher levels, struggle with these small words. And that's because prepositions don't always translate directly from your native language. The rules in English are different. Sometimes they even look strange. But here is the good news. Once you understand the logic behind it, on and at, and you practice them in real sentences, everything becomes much easier in this lesson. We are going to do three things together. 1. Learn the rules for using in, on, and at with both place and time. 2. Understand the differences between them through clear explanations and real-life examples. 3. Practice with shadowing. This means you will listen and repeat with me, training your pronunciation, rhythm, and fluency, while also learning grammar. Remember, shadowing is not only about repeating words, it's about copying the intonation, the music of English, and the natural flow of sentences. If you practice shadowing every day, your brain starts to think in English, and you will stop translating in your head, so stay with me until the end of this lesson. Because today you will not only understand in, on, and at, but you will also practice them in a way that will make your English more natural, more confident, and more fluent. Let's begin with the first one. In, the preposition in, is one of the most common in English, and it can be used with both place and time. To understand it, imagine that in always suggests being inside boundaries. Those boundaries can be physical, like the walls of a room, or abstract, like the limits of a year or a century. With place, we use in when something or someone is located inside an area, an enclosed space, or a larger region. For example, you live in a city, you are in a room, or your keys are in the box. The focus is on being surrounded or contained. With time, we use in to express months, years, centuries, or parts of the day. These are considered longer periods of time, and that's why in is appropriate. For example, you can be born in 1995. Go on vacation in July, or drink coffee in the morning. Think of in like this, whenever you are inside a space or within a period of time. In is the right choice. Examples with place. Example 1. I live in Brazil. Explanation. Brazil is a country, a large space, and I am located inside it. Shadowing. Practice 1. Live in Brazil. I live in Brazil. I live in Brazil. Example 2. She works in an office. Explanation. An office is an enclosed space with walls and boundaries. Shadowing practice. She works in an office. She works in an office. She works in an office. Example 3. We are in the kitchen. Explanation. A kitchen is a room, another enclosed space. That's why we use in shadowing practice. We are in the kitchen. We are in the kitchen. We are in the kitchen. Example 4. He is in the car. Explanation. A car is also considered an enclosed space. Shadowing practice. He is in the car. He is in the car. He is in the car. Example 5. They play football in the park. Explanation. A park is open, but it has clear boundaries. That's why we still use in shadowing practice. They play football in the park. They play football in the park. They play football in the park. Examples with time. Example 6. I was born in 1999. Explanation. with years, centuries, and long periods. We always use in shadowing practice. I was born in 1999. I was born in 1999. I was born in 1999. Example 7, we met in January. Explanation with months. Farrowing preposition is in shadowing practice. We met in January. We met in January. We met in January. Example 8, she studied in the 20th century. Explanation: centuries are very long periods of time. So we use in shadowing practice, she studied in the 20th century. She studied in the 20th century. She studied in the 20th century. Example 9, I like walking in the morning. Explanation: for parts of the day, morning, afternoon. Evening, we use in shadowing practice, I like walking in the morning. I like walking in the morning. I like walking in the morning. Example 10, he usually runs in the evening. Explanation: the evening is also a period of the day. So we use in. Remember, the only exception is at night. Okay? Not in the night. Shadowing practice, he usually runs in the evening. He usually runs. In the evening. He usually runs in the evening. How not to use in. We don't use in with days of the week. Correct? On Monday, not in Monday. We don't use in with specific clock times. Correct. At 7 p.m. Not in 7 p.m. We don't use in with surfaces. Correct. On the table, not in the table. So now you know how to use in. It shows you are inside an area. Space or period of time. We use it for countries, cities, rooms, enclosed places, months, years, centuries, and parts of the day. But we don't use it for days of the week, clock times, or surfaces. Great. You are ready to move to the next preposition, on. The preposition on is used when something is located on a surface, or when something is attached or in contact with a line, a list, or a device. It's about being above and touching with place. We use on when something is on top of a surface, such as a table, a wall, or a floor. We also use on with streets, public transportation, and electronic devices. With time, we use on for specific days and dates. If the time is more precise than just a month or a year, on is the right preposition. Think of on like this. If it's resting on a surface or a specific point in time. We use on dot examples with place example 1, the book is on the table. Explanation: the book touches the surface of the table. So we use on dot shadowing practice. The book is on the table. The book is on the table. The book is on the table. Example 2, there is a picture on the wall. Explanation: the picture is attached to the surface of the wall. Shadowing practice. There is a picture on the wall there. Is a picture on the wall. There is a picture on the wall. Example 3. He is on the bus. Explanation: for buses, trains, and planes, we use on because we imagine people are standing or moving on a shared surface. Shadowing practice. He is on the bus. He is on the bus. He is on the bus. Example 4, she is on the phone. Explanation: when someone is using a device like a phone or computer, we say on shadowing practice. She is on the phone. She is on the phone. She is on the phone. Example 5, the cat is sleeping on the sofa. Explanation: the cat is touching and resting on the surface of the sofa. Shadowing practice. Okay. The cat is sleeping on the sofa. The cat is sleeping on the sofa. The cat is sleeping on the sofa. Examples with time. Example 6, we met on Monday. Explanation: for specific days of the week. We use on shadowing practice. We met on Monday. We met on Monday. We met on Monday. Example 7. She was born on July 5th. Explanation: Dates are exact points in time. So we use on. Shadowing practice. She was born on July 5th. She was born on July 5th. She was born on July 5th. Example 8. I have a meeting on Friday morning. Explanation for day plus part of the day. On is used. Shadowing practice. I have a meeting on Friday morning. I have a meeting on Friday. Morning. I have a meeting on Friday. Morning. Example 9. The party is on Christmas Day. Explanation. Holidays with the word day take on shadowing practice. The party is on Christmas Day. The party is on Christmas Day. The party is on Christmas Day. Example 10. I usually rest on Sundays. Explanation. Again, specific days of the week gives on shadowing practice. I usually rest on Sundays. I usually rest on Sundays. I usually rest on Sundays. How not to use on? We don't use on with months or years. Correct? In July in 2025, not on July unless it's a specific date. So we don't use on with general periods of the day. Correct? In the morning, not on the morning. We don't use on with countries or cities. Correct? In Brazil. In Paris, not on Brazil. So now you know how to use on for surfaces, devices, and public transport. For specific days and dates. Remember, on is about contact with a surface or a precise point in time. Great. Now let's move to the final preposition. The preposition at is used for specific points in place and time. Think of ATS focusing on an exact location or a precise moment. With place, we use ATF for addresses, specific points, and places where activities happen. For example, you are at the bus stop at school or at the door with time. We use at for exact clock times, holiday periods without day, and very specific points of the day. For example, at 7 p.m., at noon, at midnight, at night. So remember, at equals precision. Examples with place. Example 1. I am at the bus stop. Explanation. The bus stop is a specific point, so we use at shadowing practice. I am at the bus stop. Am at the bus. Stop. I am at the bus stop. Example 2. She is waiting at the door. Explanation. The door is a specific point of entry. Shadowing practice. She is waiting at the door. She is waiting at the door. She is waiting at the door. Example 3. They are at the station. Explanation. A station is considered a specific location where people arrive and leave. Shadowing practice. They are at the station. They are at the station. They are at the station. Example 4. He is studying at school. Explanation. With institutions, school, university, work. We use at when talking about the activity or presence in that location. Shadowing practice. He is studying at school. He is studying at school. He is studying at school. Example 5. I saw him at the party. Explanation. A party is an event, a point in space and time. Shadowing practice. I saw him at the party. I saw him at the party. I saw him at the party. Examples with time. Example 6. We will meet at 7 p.m. Explanation. At is used for precise clock times. Shadowing practice. We will meet at 7 p.m. We will meet. At 7 p.m., we will meet at 7 p.m. Example 7. She usually has lunch at noon. Explanation. Noon is a very specific time of day. Shadowing practice. She usually has lunch at noon. She usually has lunch at noon. She usually has lunch at noon. Example 8. They arrived at midnight. Explanation. Midnight is an exact point in time. Shadowing practice. They arrived at midnight. They arrived at midnight. They arrived at midnight. Example 9. I feel sleepy at night. Explanation: at night is an exception. We don't say in the night when we mean the general nighttime. Shadowing practice. I feel sleepy at night. I feel sleepy at night. I feel sleepy at night. Example 10, he laughed at the right moment. Explanation: the phrase at the right moment shows a very specific point in time. Shadowing practice. He laughed at the right moment. He laughed at the right moment. He laughed at the right moment. How not to use at? We don't use at for months, years, or centuries. Correct? In 2025 in July, not at 2025. We don't use at for days of the week. Correct. On Monday, not at Monday. We don't use at for large areas or countries. Correct. In Brazil, in Europe, not at Brazil. Now you know how to use at for specific points in place. Gives bus stop. Door, station, party. For precise times gives 7 p.m. Noon, midnight. Night. Always think of at as precision, the most exact of the 3 prepositions. Excellent. You have now learned in, on, and at step by step. The last thing we need is to bring them all together in a powerful conclusion. Congratulations! You've just completed a full lesson on the prepositions in, on, and at. These 3 small words may look simple, but they are incredibly powerful. Mastering them will make your English more natural, precise, and fluent. Let's quickly review what you learned today. In is used for being inside something. Place gives in Brazil. In the kitchen, in the car, time gives in July. In 1999, in the morning, on is used for being on a surface or a specific day. Place gives on the table. On the wall, on the bus. On the phone, time gives on Monday, on July 5th. On Christmas Day. ATI is used for a specific point in place or time. Place gives at the bus stop. At the station, at school, at the party. Time gives at 7 p.m. At noon, at midnight, at night. The secret is simple. In equals inside or within boundaries. On equals on a surface or a specific day. At equals exact point. You didn't just read the rules, you also practiced 45 sentences with shadowing, training your pronunciation, intonation, and fluency. The more you repeat, the more natural these prepositions will become. I'm really proud of you for staying with me until the end of this lesson. Remember, progress comes from daily practice. Small steps every day create big results. If you enjoyed this lesson, don't forget to like this video to support the channel. Subscribe so you never miss new lessons. Share this video with your friends who also want to improve their English. Leave a comment below. Tell me which preposition is the most difficult for you. I'll help you with more examples in future lessons. Thank you for learning with me today. Keep practicing, keep believing in yourself, and I'll see you in the next episode of Speak Easy English Podcast.